I I'm trying to think of a moment where there was like a genuine, oh no, this might not be a bit. This is feeling off the rails. I'm trying because we've hmm hmm hmm.
It's a good question, right? Like,
It's
okay,
a good
here's what
question.
I'll
I
say.
know
Here's what I'll
mine.
say. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I know mine is probably um that year that I drank most of a punch bowl. That was where I was completely off the rails. Definitely, that was chaotic in a wild way.
Yeah.
That might be mine. That might be mine.
Okay. Okay. But what I'm
Yes.
asking, Ian,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad you recognize your own thing. I'm asking about me because it's about me.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
When were you like, Chris is this agent of chaos? That like, is it just the bits thing?
I think it was it.
Got to
I
be
don't
right.
know if I have a specific moment, but I think
Yeah.
somewhere in the midst of when we were doing all of Kingdom Hearts, there were moments where I was like, "Oh, this is like bad for you, maybe a little bit. This is hurting you, maybe." And we are committing to
And
this.
then I'm like, this is where the comedy comes from. It's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
the
Like,
the
oh my
marathon
god.
is the point.
And the yeah, the feeling of like today,
Oh,
like there's been several hours of stuff kind of all culminating up to, and here we are in this thing, and it's like,
no,
you don't want to take like a 5 minute break? You want to take a nap? Nope.
no.
Nope. It's burning at both ends. It's it's extra gas in the tank while I'm holding gas in my hands.
Dude,
It's
but Ian will be with me. Some of the funniest things you've ever said with people come from the fumes. You know,
oh yeah.
it comes
Oh,
from
definitely.
when you've done everything, like right, and it's
And
that
you
state of
pull
like, here we are. Like it's the most. It's both you're the most tired and you're the most present you've ever been. Like,
and there's no it's what is nice about that bit is there's actually a part of what makes it work is there's a lot less between I want to say maybe like the unconscious part of your brain
oh
where you're
yeah, maybe that's
just
what it is.
throwing stuff out and it's like
Yeah,
yeah that
it's just
uh
instinct at that
yeah
point.
exactly yeah
I
yeah
because I think about when I did the old Let's Play channels,
hmm
Manic Chris
hmm
Ball Night. And one of the funniest, and Matt was like my roommate for like a year, and he would even say, "Oh, dude, I want like I kind of miss 2 a.m. Chris, the Chris running on fumes, because that was like the funniest you ever were." And I was
hmm
like, "Thanks, man. I also live a life, but like, um, but I remember doing a playthrough of, I think it was Final Fantasy 13, and that thing has a whole ups and downs because I like hate that game. It was the one. It's
hmm
not as nearly as bad as I'll make it out to seem. It is bad. It's really bad. It's in fact dog shit. But like,
oh, okay okay
but what I'll say is,
hmm
no, it's not complete dog shit. It has redeeming qualities. But I think it's overall bad. But a lot of it now I recognize is that's like the first really big game I was burned on. Right, just like went in
oh
and I went, oh,
uh-huh
dude, I fucking hate this thing. And I've played that game like
hmm
3 or 4 times all the way through.
hmm
Um, but I remember doing that, and we had to do a thing of like, we're gonna go on vacation right now. Oh, Nick left.
oh shit well
We gonna go on vacation right now, and we gotta record. Uh, we gotta record a bunch in a row. So I think
yeah
we recorded like 8 hours or something, like something crazy. It was like 6 hours of content.
fuck
That would be
Jesus
broken up in 30-minute chunks. Um, so that's 12 episodes. And because I think we were trying to do like 5 days a week or like something. An episode comes out every week
I
or something.
mean, that wasn't uncommon. Kids, I
Yeah.
don't know if day
Oh,
to day let's plays are a thing
my favorite
anymore, but
channel was like 2 episodes a day.
fuck me. That's
Yeah.
like 30-minute episodes or
It's an
something like that,
hour
right?
of content every day.
Fuck, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
That's oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
What? Yeah. But anyway, to my point
Yeah.
is, so there's a moment in that first recording because it was all like mostly the beginning,
Mhm.
where you get to end that first session, and I think there's a point of like, all right, fuck it, this is where it's coming down to, and then Matt's like reading the news, like on like the gaming news and have it for this, and I went, "Don't do that." He's like, "We got nothing. We got to talk about." And then I was like, "He's right, but like, it's gonna date it. So if I ever find that episode, we'll know exactly what day it was recorded on."
Right.
But then there's a moment where I'm like, "All right, I got one." I'm like, and it's like, "Oh, the light's coming up, the sun's coming up." And I just walked to the window, and you can hear me opening the blinds because our mic wasn't that good, or because we're
Mhm.
recording on a laptop and we have no like softener or anything. And I'm just
Right.
like, the sun is not out yet, but it's light out." He's like, "What?" And I was like, "The sky's purple. It's purple out there. That's the content we're doing." Uh,
I'm looking out a window and I'm
yeah,
telling you what I'm seeing out here. Oh, there's some movement over there.
yeah.
Oh my god,
But
that's
it's
fun.
that.
That's interesting.
But back to like a bigger. If I had to do a really quick therapy thing of like, I don't know if this is true or not. I should go see professional help, and hopefully we can figure that out. And I've talked about it before. I was like a very angry kid,
Sure,
but like,
sure,
although the more I learn now, I'm like, oh, I wasn't nearly as bad as I thought I was, or like compared to other kids. And the shit
sure.
I'm fucking finding out about people in my life, um, and it stems from a lot of really fucked up reasons. But like, the short end of it is, I was an angry kid. A lot of my life is figuring out how to control and like not
Direct
just
it.
like push down that anger because that causes its own problems, but like
Yes.
learning to
Yeah.
channel it in positive ways and all that. And I think
Yes.
that's where the chaos comes from. Like it's like a
And
burst of energy or something.
it's a beautiful place. And I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I I kind of feel like that's what you're describing is I resonate with. That really speaks to me and my process at least.
Okay. Cool.
I somewhat suspect that that's also like I don't know if I've said it on this show before, but like
Yeah.
there's plenty of people who more eloquently than me have said some version of like um an an art disposition, whether that's writing or drawing or whatever, may well exist on a continuum with mental unwellness in some ways. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that checks out. That's like, oh,
Well, it's
this
uh,
avenue is better than uh this avenue. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's so you know that thing is like you have to suffer for your art. I don't think that's true, or at least like um I do a lot in my power to make sure it's not because I
Right.
want my art to come from that place.
Yeah.
Writing and all that. Even though
Right.
it does. But my oh, okay. 1 second. We're gonna do a quick thought. Well, let me finish the thought.
Finish it up.
Um Fuck, what was I I just forgot the thought. No.
You were talking about rage. You have some rage, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, we were talking about like the art doesn't have to come from a place of like suffering and all that. However,
Mhm.
I do think if you're
Mhm.
gonna make art, I think
Mhm.
something has to be slightly wrong with you or off about you.
Oh yeah,
You cannot be normal.
I think the art that like stands on its own two legs and people tend to remember
Yeah.
does come like wholeheartedly from a center that's like, oh, that's I don't know, at least not what everybody else is thinking all the time. It's a little bit askew, a little bit fucking, oh, you're on a different road coming to these thoughts, these conclusions, whatever it is. I
Yeah.
do think that that's super a part of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Man.
Um but yeah, and I'm not saying you have to be a bad person. I don't even think that. I just be like,
No,
there's these
no,
mental things that have to be up. Like,
yeah.
and I'm with, and that part of it's like that, right? Like you're seeing the world in a different lens and all that.
And I'll add on to what you'd said about beyond pain. I kind of think all of it goes in. If you're a creative person, it's pain and joy and love and sadness and it's all the stuff. It's
Yeah,
all the stuff in some like a lot of the stuff we talk about is not just people talking about what pisses them off. It's a lot of times it's stuff that they are like
mhm.
deeply passionate about and they love, and that's why I don't know, talk about
Yeah,
rabbits or rock and roll or whatever it is, you know?
yeah, that's right. Anyway, about
Yeah.
looking into self, just real quick.
Yeah.
Nick, something came up with Nick. He's gonna step out for this episode, so it's just gonna be me and Ian from here on out.
Dang.
But we are live. We are live. We are live. We watch
Oof.
the Backrooms.
And we sure
Uh,
did. We
yeah,
sure did.
we sure did. Sorry, this episode's coming out late. By the time we record this, I'm gonna try to have it up now, which means it's gonna be like 2 days late. So apologies for that. That's just life and shit just happened and got in
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
And we were gonna do a double feature, but even then,
I
Ian, you
mean,
couldn't watch Obsession, right?
yeah. I'm
Fuck,
sorry
dude, I
about
want to
that,
talk to you
folks.
about that one.
I've the problem. So the problem. I'll full
Yeah,
disclosure to the audience. I like sat down. I've seen like 30 minutes of it, and I've seen kind of other chunks of the movie, but I
yeah,
really didn't want to come into this without having properly absorbed the movie, you guys.
hmm,
So that is something on my radar. It will be something I get
yeah.
to,
Maybe we'll do a
definitely.
bonus episode or something, but I do want to talk about that movie with you
Yeah,
because I
absolutely,
have
man.
some thoughts, um, and then some surprise thoughts, some hot takes, if you
Ooh,
even will. Uh,
okay.
in that
Tantalizing.
the short spoiler is I did like the movie, but how much did I like
Hmm.
it?
We wonder.
But we watched the Backrooms. This is gonna be. I keep calling it the Backrooms, not the Backrooms, but we
I mean,
watched
I
the
get it.
back.
It's
The
definitive.
Backrooms. It's not even the Backrooms. It's just Backrooms.
It's just backgrounds, yeah.
But
But
we watched the Backrooms by directed by Kane Parsons. It's written by Will uh, Sudik, who I personally didn't recognize, but apparently he's done TV episodes.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's written
What
on
would we
like
know him for?
Homeland. He did
Okay,
an episode for Borgia. I don't know that one.
I think
He
that's about the
wrote.
Pope.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think Borgia is a Pope story. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
That could
maybe.
be. Oh, Ash Evil Dead too.
Yeah, that was the one I was gonna be like, dude, I still gotta watch that because I know it's good.
It's really good. It's
I
so
gotta
fun,
watch
man.
it. I can't
So
believe I
fun.
haven't for as much as I loved Evil Dead as a high schooler.
And they got like it's not a pulled back version. It's like no, it's Evil
Mm.
Dead. It's Evil Dead.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. Oh my god.
Hell yeah. I still gotta watch that new Sam Raimi film too.
Oh,
The
send help.
Yes.
Send help.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah, same.
I have a
Yeah.
soft spot for him. Him and like Robert Rodriguez to me are like what I think of when I think of the 2000s for me
Mm,
personally. Anyway,
mm.
anyway, we watched the Backrooms by King Parsons. Let's get into the rising action. Ian, what did you know about Backrooms
Uh,
before?
so full disclosure, I was a follower of Kane Parsons, Kane
Same here.
Pixels,
Yeah.
YouTube. I uh, I'm curious what you think about that. I truthfully feel like he was the one that was kind of is coherent the right word? He was delivering something that I was like, oh, okay, I can sink my teeth into this. I get what you're going for, and it feels like it's. Uh, I think that a big part of what makes we'll talk about what makes the property
Yeah.
work, but I think he kind of reached for something a little deeper, and even in the shorts, you get some of that where it's starting to feel like, okay, this is adding up towards something, and it's not
Yeah.
just kind of a storm of freaky imagery,
Mm-hmm.
which some creepy pasta, which this is burst from the creepy pasta
From a
realm,
4chan thread, yeah.
from a 4chan.
Or is Nine
Uh,
Gag? It's one of those. It's one of those guys.
it was a picture of a Wisconsin furniture store that had been emptied of
Yeah.
stock,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe. That was the original image that inspired these series of stories. But anyway, all of that to say is it to me, like, there's 15 different people who have 15 different versions of what Backrooms is to them. It's like it's one of these internet
Mhm.
properties that is pretty malleable. There's endless iterations. Before the
Yeah.
year is out, I'll just mention this. Before the year is out, a new copycat movie is going to be released called Pool Rooms by an entirely different. Now I've said copycat. They're they are trading on the popularity of the movie. It may well be a wholly original idea that goes a different direction. I don't know, but
So
just to say,
yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, finish your thought before, because I'm
just
trying not to
just to
interrupt.
say that so many people can approach this so many different ways. So what I
Yeah.
did know about it was the general gist of it, and I knew that what the movie could be with Kane writing it, directing it rather.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I would say that's kind of all I knew. I knew the general gist of it. I knew that there were lots of different ways it could kind of go because it's such an open-ended thing. It doesn't have the limitations of say if you make a Slenderman movie,
Mm-hmm.
I expect to see this, I expect to see this, I expect to see this.
Yeah.
If you make a Backrooms movie, dude, that could be an endless number of things that movie
Exactly.
is to me. What about you, man?
Yeah. So you said a couple things there that I want to try to like pinpoint and like clarify.
Sure.
Um, I get what you're trying to get at for King Pixel stuff. It was like the version of the Backrooms that I latched onto
Yeah.
for like liminal horror and all that. As far as depth goes, I don't want to say his is like quote unquote deeper than other people's iterations or anything because I have not experienced all that, and I know other people are going for different things. Like some
Sure,
are going
that's
for
fair.
horror, some are going for like the actual liminality or like that feeling of being in an in between state, right?
Yes. True.
Whereas I would argue King Pixels feels like the most ambitious.
Yeah,
But I haven't played the
cinematic.
games. Yeah, I know he has nothing to do with the games, and that's the thing where we get into like the best comparison I've seen the Backrooms to is it's kind of a new iteration of SCP.
I'm glad
Like
you said that. Yeah,
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 where there's this
yeah,
overarching concept, and then people can kind of play around with the world and all that. For
yeah.
example, the pool rooms, as you mentioned, yeah, that probably has something to do with the movie, but also the pool rooms are completely different. Like, or not completely different. It is a sort of backrooms thing, but it is different art made by a
Yeah,
different person. Like,
yeah.
Kane Pixels has nothing to do with like with the creation of that. That's not his idea or anything.
Correct. Correct.
How which leads into one of my problems with the movie is that he's not the I wish I remember the guy's name. Full thing. There's so many people who know way more about like this specific part of internet or like backrooms specific
Hmm.
stuff than me. So if I'm fucking shit up, my bad. But this is gonna be what I try to latch onto or try to explain what I know.
Sure.
The pool rooms is made by a different guy. He's not credited in the movie, even though they use pool rooms in the movie for
Yes.
a thing.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
is a bummer. That's not King Pixel's original idea. I would wish they would give that artist like more credit for that, right? And I
Mhm.
know that's getting weird because then do we credit the photographer and all that who did
So
the
yeah,
original photo?
this is worth saying.
Yeah.
I'll yes and you quickly just to say
Mm-hmm.
like because I think Kane does credit one of the first posters who took
He
the
does.
photo
Yeah.
as a story prompt and
Which is
credits
why it's
them.
weird. I think the pool rooms is not credited. Yeah.
I agree with you, and but I'll play devil's advocate even though I agree
Uh-huh.
with you, Chris, just to
Yeah. Yeah.
say I guess Kane can. No, I don't guess. He can make the argument that it's basically a public domain idea. Like no one
Mm-hmm.
person takes ownership of the idea as much as,
Yeah.
even though we know who made up Slenderman, like nobody owns the idea of the Slenderman either. So
100%. I don't know. I just wonder how, and I guess this is my lack of movie knowledge, right? Because I know credits are worth something.
mhm.
How tough is it to just get their name on that board, right?
It really isn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying that as
yeah,
someone
I
who's
know,
never
right?
made a film in Hollywood, but yeah.
And I still want artists to be credited for all this, and that's going to become a real fucking problem as we go on and like more and more internet horror is being adapted into
Yes.
everything. As someone who's been following this shit since they were in like high school,
Yes. Yes.
and it's like, okay, yeah, let's talk about Slenderman. How much is that as Marble Hornets? How much is that is the Fortran posts that were just photo edits, and then people are adding on, and it becomes this weird, like, sort of, for lack of a better comparison, kind of a fable, or like whatever the story is that people keep adding shit on
Hmm.
to, in like the olden days, right? Excuse me,
Urban
I got like
legend in that area.
allergies or something.
Uh,
But
yeah.
yeah, and like that's gonna become a real problem, especially as more and more people are trying to look to adapt horror. Like we had that famous post after the Backrooms of
Yeah.
Hollywood scouring Reddit for stories and all
Yeah.
that. That leads
Yeah.
to. Which, by the way, as of today, the big news of for like horror is that Trevor Henderson, who's one of my favorite horror artists online, or
Mm.
just in general, is getting a movie of his
Oh,
creation, Siren Head, directed by Zach Krieger.
no. Now that's good news.
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't heard this. This is awesome.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
god.
fucking dope, dude. So I can't wait for that. But yeah,
So
that's gonna get
that's
into. Oh, go ahead.
sorry, that's potentially going to come out somewhere around the time of the Weapons sequel after the
Oh yeah,
Resident Evil film,
it's gonna
somewhere in
definitely
that.
be after Resident Evil, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Oh
there a
my
weapon
god.
sequel? Is he doing that?
Yeah, there's going to be a film about the origins of Gladys and how she came
Oh,
to be
that's
a
right, dude.
soul-sucking ghoul, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I
Which will
want that.
I like the ambiguity of it. I
Me
like it
too.
being a question. But I'll say this: I have enough trust now in Zach that even though I'm dubious, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll let you cook. Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and granted, I think we've talked about it before, but the funniest thing and like the biggest problem with weapons,
Mhm.
the weapons movie, is the idea of, well, I can just take out that old lady if she doesn't
Yeah.
see me coming.
Yes.
I just got to push her
Absolutely.
down the stairs or something, and like,
She, she like in the story very
yeah,
frail. Specifically pointed out how weak
yeah.
she
And I
really
think
is.
the movie does a good job of being like, of setting up enough situations that it's like, okay, she's not going to be hurt in this moment
Right.
until she
Yeah.
gets like, the ending. I won't spoil the ending if you haven't watched Weapons. The
Such a
ending's
good ending,
fucking
folks.
primo,
Please. Oh
primo.
my god.
Okay, but like back to the back
Yes.
rooms. So I haven't really played the game that much. I've played a little bit. That's not Kane Pixel's thing.
Yeah.
Um, I was watching the videos as they came out. I thought they were great. Atmospheric horror,
Hmm.
for me, and then what was become liminal horror.
Hmm.
I was just enjoying this stuff like really hard. I know there's a ton of lore and everything, but then
Yeah.
again, we get into the thing of, well, now you're mixing. If you take it from the outside sources of King Pixels things, how many does that how much is that affected, right? Like for instance, I learned recently about the almond milk thing. Do you know about this?
Almond milk? No. What is this?
All right, so if you drink almond milk, and I almost say almond, even though I've never
Yeah.
said that before in my fucking life.
Hmm.
If you drink enough almond milk, you're immune to the backrooms for like a certain amount of time. I think that comes from the game.
What?
But apparently, what that is, or where the game got it, is in the original post. They describe the room smelling musty and of almond milk,
Mm,
or
hmm.
like the
Hmm.
whip paint. And what that is actually, it's alluding to cyanide, because cyanide smells like almond milk and was used for old
Yes.
like uh rat killers and like and all this stuff
Yes.
in
Yeah.
old buildings. But it was probably misconstrued because like kids were reading this and didn't know what cyanide was.
Right. Right.
So they were like, "Oh, maybe almond milk has to do with the magical thing of it and
Well.
taking it literally," which is funny. And that's also an example of like,
Mm,
the story is bigger, right? Like it's a community like built thing.
yes.
It's very fascinating.
I I want
By
to
the way,
add to
attending
that thought.
university as I'm applying to master's program, this is the shit I've been trying to like get into it.
You people are missing out on this analysis. You fools.
That's right. Pay
Yeah.
me money.
Favy,
Mhm.
give me a grant to do this.
Veda's man drinking root beer flavored energy drinks.
Oh my god.
Delicious.
Uh, um, no,
Yeah.
I want to add to that because you made a comparison to SCP,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's really good just because, like you say, it's a community of people coming together to
Yeah.
cobble something together, and there's kind of disparate pockets that we've already touched on in this,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, fandom, the readership, the writership of this idea. Excuse me. One thing I liked about Kane's in particular, I want to say specifically, is it is it is a fiction. It's a horror fiction, and it is atmospheric, but it doesn't operate on mythos rules necessarily in the sense
Mm-hmm.
of like I'm glad like I'm kind of glad that there isn't anything directly mentioned about like an almond milk, like you can get garlic to get the thing away, or
Yeah, yeah.
um
Should we just talk
the
about the
erase.
movie?
Yeah, we should talk about the
It
movie
sounds like
then.
we're getting into movies. So let's just go. Climax. All right. Ian, sorry to continue.
This movie does not explain rules to you. It just
No, it shows
lets
you.
nightmarish and horrible things happen.
Yeah.
And it gives you an interesting like framing. I think the way that the backrooms are being talked about is thrilling and fascinating without you never once feel like, oh, well, this person is the authority who's giving you the real explanation of everything. This is
Yeah.
just people in a kind of a classic like pulp Lovecraftian sense facing something impossible and unraveling at what it is. And the movie never ever cuts that tension by telling you, oh, it was invented by a laboratory in 1991, et cetera, et cetera. Like, there's a lot of disparate pieces, but you're never told, like, yeah, this is how this happens, and this is why there's a monster that looks like this,
Yeah.
and this is, it's all inference. It's just like,
Yeah.
all we really know is the Backrooms is a nightmarish reflection of this world we all live in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
like and there is there I mean, there is kind of a moment, right, where they're explaining stuff. But again, it's
Mhm.
characters' interpretation and it seems to fit like pretty well. Okay, we are back. We are back. Sorry for technical difficulties, folks. Everything should be fixed. This is going great. It's going great. We're having a good time. We're all having a good
We're,
time. And me and Ian had a great conversation off camera that I will never put to recording.
you will never hear about it.
No,
Don't
no.
try.
You want to
Don't
talk
try.
about hot takes? We got some fucking hot takes about the world. um,
uh,
no, but we were getting at what the movie is and isn't, like the
yes.
explanation and the not explaining, right?
Yes.
Even
Yeah.
though, like, I think why it works, right? Because he does give there is an exposition scene in this movie.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's the scene where I'm like, okay, you're either gonna love this or hate this, right? And I really like it because I think everything is still so abstract, and that
Yeah.
they tie it to the characters like epiphany moment or like self growth. Although it does lead into one of my problems with this movie, and what I think the overall bigger problem with this movie is,
Hmm.
which I
Hmm.
do think there are problems, but I don't want
Hmm.
to get that to get in the way of the
Hmm.
fact that I really fucking like this movie.
Yeah.
I like I said, I think it gets away with that exposition because it's still concepts and we're still tying it to the characters like
Hmm.
development in that sense.
Right.
I I'm glad this type of horror now exists in movie theaters. I was really enjoying it. I was supposed to watch it with some people. They bailed uh,
Yeah.
at the last moment, and I just went, "Fuck it, I'm going to watch a movie." And you know what? It's a great solo watch, which I
It
think most
is.
horror is.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I like the progression of it, the kind of atmosphere, the slowness going in until
Mhm.
you're in the back rooms. You kind of feel it captures that like you're moving through the space.
Mhm.
You're in spots that you're not like almost every scene is in the spot you're not supposed to be in for long, which is
Yes.
very reflective of the liminality of it, right?
Yes.
You're in a
Agreed.
department store. You're in a pretty fucking barren department store that has no like dividers or
Yeah.
anything. It's just one big showroom floor with a
Yeah.
downstairs that's even weirder. And the guy's living there because he's that the main character is living there because he's divorced, or did they? It's full on divorce, right? It's not.
It's separated. That's in the process of a divorce. So this is
Yeah,
recent,
it's bad.
and I'm gonna I'm gonna throw out a little theory right here, and then we
Uh
can unpack it if you want. Which is, and our protagonist Clark, played by Mr. Ejiofor,
huh.
uh, I think we're catching him in the middle of court mandated therapy. It never says that, but
Could be.
I get the very strong feeling that Clark doesn't want to be there. Like
Yeah,
at the
yeah. He
I
doesn't want to be
don't,
there.
and I don't get the sense that Clark is the kind of person who would seek out there. As I say, and I
I
say
didn't even think
this,
about that.
young people. This film is set in the summer of 1990.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
way
That
in
dude.
which
He walks in with the fucking shirt.
and apartheid.
And apartheid. This white
Yeah.
boy with the with the cut off white shirt, and I went,
Hmm.
yeah, man, that's the
Yep.
'90s.
That's the 90s.
Um,
Get into it. But
Man,
like
I know someone's gonna construe that as Chris like is for apartheid. No, apartheid's bad.
but apartheid,
But the
just
fact
to be
that
clear,
this tall white dude's like wearing a cut off shirt, like it just says end apartheid on it, and
yeah,
it's just like filming. It's very funny.
it's very funny for people who were there, you guys. We were there, and
I was not, but yeah, Ian was.
I just to say the last of that idea, which is, I think for the average man
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
1990, like the idea of going to therapy or the idea of divorce are still very touchy ideas. Like
Yeah.
we had a whole industry of movies, I would say, for the 90s that were all about like assuaging people's fear about broken families, about children
Mm.
growing up abnormally, et cetera, all this stuff. Like, so just to kind of put people in that period piece mindset, I guess I will say, like, a divorce was more embarrassing, possibly, to a man in 1990 than it
Yeah.
would be now. And going to therapy would be something almost unadmittable in public. It is
Mhm.
so shameful for a man in 1990. Not necessarily the case, but that's where my mind went
And it
at the
is
start.
touching upon. I mean that's what the therapy is about too. It's him like touching upon these ideas that are very like the man has to provide,
Mhm.
have a like he owns the home. I'm the homeowner. You're not the homeowner, wife. Uh,
Exactly.
I'm paying for who's paying for all this stuff, and you become angry and all that.
And I'm
That's not what
resentful.
really the movie's about, though.
Yeah.
The movie's not going to
No,
explore that. Like,
no,
but
no.
it's to set up kind of the bigger idea, right? Um, I will say real quick because I swear to God, I swear I'm going to come back to therapy as one of my like
Mhm.
criticisms here. Um,
Okay.
one of the one of the like flaws I think of this movie is I don't really care about the characters. But
They're a
that
little
is not
flat
to
for your
say
taste.
what's up.
They're a little flat for your taste, or please
I don't think
go
there's
expand
much.
that one.
I
Right.
don't think
Yeah.
there's much to hold on to with them. Yeah, maybe a little flat. I mean, enough is there. It's enough. It's enough
Right.
to know who these people are. Have them.
Right.
That is not to say I don't think the actors are doing a great job. In fact, I think they're doing a phenomenal job. I think
Crushing
playing
it.
those characters are doing
Yeah.
it. I think it's a little bit of the writing and maybe like what we don't get to love these characters or like care. I guess not love's the wrong word here, but to care about these characters and their
Like
exploration, right?
the victims of violence that we do get in this
Yeah.
film, I would say, are mostly sympathetic. Like you feel bad
Yeah.
for them.
Yes. Oh my God. Sorry, Ian. Go ahead. That's
No,
perfect.
but
Versus empathetic. Yeah.
we don't like, other than knowing that these two young people resent their boss and screw all day on their day off, we really
Yeah.
don't know anything about
No.
these two people.
No.
Yeah.
No. They're
Yeah.
really they really are characters.
Yeah.
Um, but it's again it goes back to the idea of like you're not supposed to be in a place for so long. These are teenagers or like not teenagers. They're obviously in their early 20s or something. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
And they're just here because it's a job, it's a summer job or something they need help
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
And like they're not going to be here for long. This is just stuff they're going to do, and then very accordingly, they're not here for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's one of the things about this movie is I'm not really that invested in all the characters, like especially like even the main character with all the divorce stuff.
Hmm.
It's not that interesting to me, maybe because
What
it's
about?
not new territory until we get
Oh
to the
well.
idea
Yeah.
at the end, right? Like, or
Sure.
his that part I think is fascinating
Hmm.
because I think
I
it's
agree.
real. I think,
Well,
and
how
I
do you?
think we've talked about that kind of stuff before, but
How about the character Mary, the therapist, who gets
yeah,
probably
fair
even
bone.
more development than Clark, even though
100%.
he's our POV character, but Mary
Yes.
gets, a somewhat out of sequence story of growing up with a schizophrenic mother
Mm,
who locked her in the house and believed that she was being followed or tracked by somebody or
yeah.
something. And then we get, I mean, it's all very lean, because you're
Mm.
right, all the information we get about Mary's background ultimately just serves
It's a very
why does
lean
she
movie.
feel so guilty, why does she feel so guilty about not being able to help Clark, I guess, but also why did she become a therapist, which is truthfully her own unresolved childhood trauma that she can't
Yeah.
quite let go of as well.
Mhm.
So you get this thing of ultimately both Mary and Clark can't let go of what happened or can't accept totally where they are
Mhm.
at this moment. And again, that leads to liminality, this
Yeah.
rejection of, I don't want to go forward. I like it the way it is now.
Yeah. I don't want to
Stop
go to a
making it.
permanent space or anything. I don't want a commitment
Yeah,
or anything.
exactly.
I'm stuck
Exactly.
in, and by doing that, you're committed to it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So let's talk about real quick about the stuff from the movies I really did like, which is a lot of it.
Okay.
I like the atmosphere. I love the
Mhm.
feeling of this movie, dude.
Yeah.
I love that slow exploration in the back rooms, but like everything feels very well paced, but and in that it is kind of slow, but there's always something interesting, right, to look
Hmm.
at and to kind of map out in your head, especially at the beginning before totally getting lost in it. In a great running sequence, where you're just going through all these rooms and the references and stuff. I like
Hmm.
I like that the door they tape up looks like the door from that Treehouse of Horror episode where Homer goes into the third dimension.
Yes.
I
Great
like the
reference.
music. I like the music. I forget the name of the song now, but it's from the Caretaker.
It's
That's
Everything
always
at the End of Time
yes.
is
Which
the album.
oh is he? Yeah, but there's a specific song that's always used, or
It's
that's very
the
often associated with the Backrooms. That's used in
it's
this movie.
B1, All That Follows Is True, from Everywhere at the End of
Mm,
Time.
okay.
And that is pretty deep into the dementia part of the.
Yes.
We if you listen to our old uh, episodes, everybody, Nick gave us a nice breakdown on that album, worth going back to. But yeah, it's spooky. It's a spooky. It's good, good, good.
Spooky. It helps with the atmosphere a lot. I like the creature designs. I like the monster designs.
Mm.
I even like that scene in the kitchen. Like, even though I'm like, I don't know about this, man. I think you're about to throw everything that makes this movie good away right now. But I think it all
Hmm.
comes together, and I think that's in part due to the actors' great performances in there.
Yeah.
And the very poignant. Um, it's not a perfect revelation. I'll get to that in a moment, but like the very poignant idea that like these are these loops that you create, right? Like you're stuck in these patterns because you're comfortable in them. I've
Yeah.
talked about this before, but I've always called it like pain as comfort. Whereas, like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's a shitty situation you're in, it's painful, but it's something you know, and it's something you know
Yes.
how to handle. And I think one of the scariest things for humans or like for people is change, like in this world. And people will go to great fucking lengths not to change, not to change
Not to
anything in their life,
change, and
even if it will. make their life better.
Not yeah, exactly right. But and I mean, there's different reasons for it. It's not just the comfort. I think there's also like, I think genuinely, if Clark in any way trucked with his guilt in all the things that we learn about and all the things that we see, like, man, you are the root of your own problems, top to bottom.
100%.
You put yourself here.
Yeah.
You know.
You could
And
have
there's
gone
just
out. You're
yeah,
divorced now. You
you're
could
divorced now.
leave. Yeah, you could just stop. Like, it would
You
be tough
you don't
for
want
a
to work
moment.
here.
Yeah.
Sell it. You know what I mean. Like, there's lots of things you could do rather than he just keeps spending. I mean, every moment of his day, he lives at his job in the
Yeah.
display bed. Yeah, it was. Yeah. What do you think about the? Can we talk just a minute about
Yeah.
the way that the film is shot, like the actual filmic choices, the camera movement, that kind of thing? Because it killed. I loved it so much.
Yeah. I think
And
going back to the found footage roots is great
mhm,
for like some of the best sequences in this movie. And then you get a
mhm,
chase sequence where it's not found footage; it's the movie camera. That's also
mhm,
really great and good, and you get to do bigger shots. So it's
mhm.
it's using both cameras to its fullest extent, which comes from a lot of experience. Which, as we
Yeah,
said, with Kind of Pixels, like he has, even as young
yeah,
as he is.
yeah,
You get to do these big, more set pieces with the movie, and then the found footage adds just a lot of claustrophobia,
yeah.
and tight spots, and just adds to the creepy atmosphere, like smaller spaces and weird
Mhm.
lighting. Right?
It's many weirdly lit shots that are so fun. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I I want to mention this, and this may tie into your criticism around
Uh-huh.
writing as well, that I somewhat agree with, or um,
I haven't even gone to
I
the therapy thing, but yeah, we'll get to it.
oh yeah, I mean that's a great scene to actually pick on because
Huh.
it's kind of the worst culprit that I can point at probably,
Okay. Okay.
but I think that there's this really interesting thing where the director that we're faced with is I will say, a very young and very talented person. Like
He is very
this,
young. I think he's 20. He's 20 when he makes this.
he shot it at 19, and
Yeah.
it came out when he was 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very young and very talented. He's been working at this project since he was 15, 16 years
Yeah.
old. Um, and that does come through, and that's just the reality of it for me. I'll start with a compliment, and then I'll have a more critical comment here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
complimentarily, the shot composition when he's doing the cinematic thing,
Yeah.
genuinely, there are moments that make me think of Lynch, like
Mm.
really successful uses of negative space,
Yeah.
slow movement, and not giving you the relief of
No.
like a
Yeah.
countercut. It's really lingering on a shot and saying, no, 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 we're going to walk down this whole hallway
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this perspective, things like that. And I love that. I love the meditate. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like it's a tantric terror. It's building and building and building. It's
Yeah.
fantastic tension. Um, However, that's the reason I brought up Lynch specifically is
Mm.
because Kane Parsons brought up Lynch and said,
Oh, okay.
"Yeah, I finished all of Twin Peaks, and I just thought it was so excellent, so on and so forth." And then, but in that same conversation, he's like, "Oh, I've never gotten around. I've never seen anything else by David Lynch. I've
Okay.
only seen Twin Peaks."
Interesting.
And now, film critics are gonna maybe dogpile on that, but again, he's just a boy.
He's just a
He's
boy. I was around
I
his
don't
age when I first watched Twin Peaks too. I was in like, yeah, I was in my like senior year of high school when I first watched it.
and I think that's an amazing time to watch
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
especially
But it's
given
long. It's
the
an
subject
hour
matter.
each episode, and
I,
that's not even getting into season 3 or Fire Walk with Me.
exactly right, man. So all of that is kind of coming around to my. I think we were both gonna like kind of have words for the therapy scene and the
Yeah.
dialogue in it, maybe. Um, his youth cannot help but come through, and that's what I think the other writer coming in was to help with.
Yes. So that is
Yeah,
where we get. Can we? Yeah, I'm going to use that to transition because that's perfect.
go ahead.
So that's where I think I finally settled what my problem is with this movie, or like all the problems come from.
Mhm.
Is that it is a kid. He's young. He's a young dude. Well, he's not a kid. He's an adult, but like he's young.
Yeah.
He's very young, and it shows in a lot of
Yes.
moments. One of the probably most culprit like things we can think of is everything to do with how therapy is treated in this movie
Yeah.
falls into the same thing that like a lot of TV shows and movies, to the point where I can only think of like fucking Rick and Morty that has a good representation of therapy,
Mhm.
which is a very famous scene of Rick being told off by, or like being like really
Just
just
down.
frankly and like talk to about what therapy actually is. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a very it's and I want to say it's childish, but like I also know a lot of adults view it this way. Therapy is not this thing that like we're just paying, or maybe the better way to do this is to talk about how
Mhm.
the movie portrays it. The movie portrays it as a slow, deliberate thing, and it's very antagonistic, the therapy sessions.
Mhm.
At
Yeah.
least the way the main character views it. And that does happen in reality. However, a
Yeah.
lot of, and which makes me think, okay, yeah, the court mandated therapy thing is probably more likely what's happening.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's people actually coming for help. Like you got to want help in order to have that. And therapy is a big
Yes.
step.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Therapy is misunderstood as this thing of like, I'm going to tell you what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. No, therapy is you working on yourself, and you're having like this guide with you. This person who knows a lot about the psyche can only
Mhm.
help you so much if you're not helping you to. Therapy is fucking work, dude.
It
Therapy is
is.
not this like I'm gonna tell you the answer and scream it at you at a dinner table, and
Right.
that's gonna be the revelation, and then everything's changed and everything's all right.
Yes.
Which to the credit of like the scene, um, him saying the answer, being like it's all right that we're here, is like okay, still kind of fucked up. So this wasn't like the full solution, but to come
Mhm.
off as this revelation, like is weird, like as if therapy is just like I'm hiding the answer from you. No, they're like we don't,
No.
because we don't know what the fucking answer. Like it could be a bunch of things. It could be a bunch of things in your life that are tied in together. It's this weird like just bunch of cables that are tied to, and you got to figure them out, and you got to see which one's connected to which. You don't know what end or what end is connected to what.
Mhm.
It's work. It's a lifelong experience. They're constantly working on yourself, and it doesn't end.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what therapy is constant work on yourself, man,
Mhm.
type
Mhm.
thing. And
Yeah.
and this falls into the thing movie. Like I said, it's just someone has to scream it at you, and you're fixed, and you're fine, or like and all that. But I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm a little
Oh,
rambling now.
wait. So when you say screaming at you the answer, like you're talking
Yeah.
about the end scene, that
Yes.
therapy. Okay. 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 I was okay. 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 I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. But I mean, in the
Okay.
end, that also didn't help Clark. He
Yes,
he doubles down.
which is to my credit of that, right? Like, so
Yeah.
maybe that is an understanding of it,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
still like I still think there's this and like again antagonistic view of what therapy is. Like
Yes, I
in the
I
movie.
do understand what you mean. Well, because when you were saying that, I was initially thinking about the initial scene
Mhm.
where Clark gets incredibly antagonistic, and I don't think she's not trying to set him off. She's
No.
trying to get him to be self-reflective even a little bit.
Yeah, it's closer to what actual therapy is. Like you gotta,
Right,
it's very
right.
like you do have to confront things about yourself. Sorry, when I mean confrontational, I mean
Yeah,
he's there's a versus, right? It's me versus the therapist.
it's a fight. Whoever
Yeah.
can be the most right or pedantically
Yes.
correct. Like, I'll make this quick comment. There's a
Yeah. Yeah.
show out there that lots of people are really enjoying. It's too much like work for me, so I can't. But it's called Couples Therapy with Dr. Orla, where
Okay.
she records couples therapy, and you get to see what that's like.
Jesus.
There are people who are, what's the word I want here, willfully obtuse,
Yeah.
who will willfully refuse to accept any of the like passive, like in my mind, a therapist more often than not is there to kind of, as a passive party, say, oh, now that's an interesting comment. What do you unpack that? Or get you to think about what you're talking about out loud. But there are some people who will just they just want to be the right one. They want to be the winner.
Yeah, man.
You know? So yeah, I dig that though. I do get what you mean. It's
Yes.
and then to a degree, at the end for Mary, there's also a terrible place for mental health people where I watched that and I was like, I've had a patient where I wanted to just do that. You fucking don't do that. But you certainly have, again, instances where people willfully seem to not want to reflect or understand what's being pointed out. I get the desire to be like, you're a fucking asshole. You are your own, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this is gonna be a real fucked up reference. You know what it kind of reminds me of, and maybe I'm way off base here. There's a YouTube series going on right now. God, who's the guy? He's doing a great video essay series, breaking down just kind of everything with Louis C.K. and the fallout from his initial quote unquote cancellation. It's a great video series. I very much recommend it. It's so much deeper. Like the shit is so much farther down than you think it is, and at its core, it's just lying. Like he's just it's so much of it's just narcissistic fucking lying and like about how terrible he is, but like how easy it is for him and all that. So one of the episodes comes out and it's like taking some of the stories he would tell as comedy that people would go, "Oh my god, he's such a good fucking story," or his life is crazy. He's just telling the truth about a story, and that's what's funny about it. And it's more about like, no, he's just making it up.
Yeah,
and he's just playing it off as if it's real. Until he isn't in certain interviews, he's like, "Oh no, I just made that up." But people are like so willfully, one, either ignoring that, or two, that's not even on your radar because that's on like comedy podcasts versus like what's on stand up and television and all that, that weird dichotomy. But one of the things that like stories he would tell is him like saying he went to therapy. And talking down therapy and being like, I only went for 5 sessions. It wasn't working until I went. I'm gonna stop going to therapy, but just tell me what's the thing I gotta hear. And and the therapist, according to the story, tells him like you're gonna be self-perpetuating or doing your own shit to yourself, or like don't blame yourself as hard, right, for the bad things. And all you can think of is, wow, that's a very nice and convenient thing for someone to tell Louis C.K. after all the shit he did, right? Yeah. And it's like that thing of, oh yeah, he's fucking lying. And but it's this perpetuating story of therapy is like someone just has to tell you the right answer and your life is fixed or you're better. Right? You don't have to go through torture or like quote unquote torture, but like you have to go through like emotional pain or unpack stuff and like actually do work. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's the thing I always worry about is that lie. Is that someone can just tell you the answer and you're gonna be fine. Whereas like the reality of any point like to change work, man. Granted, that's a tough movie to sell.
True.
but that's what it very much reminded me of. Maybe because it was so fresh in my mind.
You've got to remind me off the pod. I've got a quick anecdote related to that to share that'll take us too far off. But yeah, I do know what you mean about. I mean, and then it's just we're talking about the responsibility of narratives at that point. Like, are we having stories that are perpetuating Clark's point of view too much? Are we too sympathetic to this guy who's a piece of shit? Like, you should not want to be like this guy who.
Yeah.
And
dude,
then
you're watching, you're going, oh, the divorce is 100% your fault, dude. It's not. Like, usually it's both.
Oh no.
But this sounds like it's him. Like,
I mean, he gives us in that monologue that we still find it is a little clunky. It is a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
is.
written by a 20-year-old and polished later, probably.
Yeah,
But
of someone who
he,
wants to yell at an adult to stop being a selfish asshole, which I get.
yes.
I do. As someone who's very much still like, yeah, fuck
Well,
it, I'll argue with someone about and tell them
uh,
they're an asshole.
now I had heard, and I think there's maybe something to this. Want to get
Uh,
your thought, as you and I are both millennials. Um,
I
uh,
am. I don't know where to put myself on. I am. What's it called? A late millennial, where I'm
you're either a late
borderline
millennial or a very early
Gen
generation
Z.
Z,
Apparently, I'm
possibly.
borderline.
Okay.
I'm a young millennial.
Uh, there were a
Unlike
few.
Ian. Here, no,
Who's an old piece of?
he's an
He's
old
gonna die.
millennial. Oh, better watch out when you drive, old man. Don't want to get your cane stuck on it.
No, 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 no. When I get to be old, you'll never
Yeah.
find me. You'll never. Anyway.
Can I just say real quick? I usually actually don't make old jokes about Ian unless he brings it
How
up.
old we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ian's always the one that starts it, and then I'll say something, and he'll be like, "Oh fuck."
Fuck. Yes,
But one of
everyone. I'm desiccated. Fuck.
yeah, 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 yeah. But what? And sometimes it's funny to go for the cheap ones. I would, I would know. I would no. But I
You
think the
know.
funniest thing I've ever said about me and Ian's like age gap
Mhm.
is I think in the interview for my college where they interviewed me about the podcast,
Mhm.
and I said, and we were like, I introduced all the people on the podcast. And I went, Ian, who's older than me, no matter how hard I try, will be will forever be part of the podcast.
I don't know.
And
We could get that rocket, man, if
we
we get you
could,
fast
yeah,
enough.
we could do the fucking no. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Inception. That's not true. Interstellar.
Interstellar. Yeah.
We can do the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Yeah. The Buzz Light. Exactly.
Man, we never talked
Um.
about that movie. We should talk. No, 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 not now. We were running out of
Anyway.
time.
Anyway.
Yes.
A number of people saying that Kane has written that monologue for Mary maybe as a more overt comment to just the generation above us specifically, and I don't think
Yeah, and
that's
I get
without
that.
merit.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so
there's
either.
any merit. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm very much of the
uh,
opinion that the job of the younger generation is to kill the older one.
you
That
must
sounds more
change or you must
extreme
kill
than
this.
what I'm saying, but your job as a younger generation is to suppress everything the older generation fucked up with because they're selfish assholes. So,
And to be like transparent about it, to be
yeah,
nakedly like this is where you've fucked us,
yeah.
like for real.
We're going off a
Yeah.
little bit of a tangent, but okay, I get what you're kind of saying with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I empathize with that. I do. But
I empathize.
there
Yeah.
is a way to do it that doesn't sound like it comes from like a
A
place of
child.
just young anger, right? Even though it does, like it's tough. It's tough
I
because there
mean,
is legitimate things to criticize, right? You can go into it.
and the idea that the generation above us have literally created a world that is hostile to our very survival.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And they keep digging their
Totally.
heels on that. And it
Yeah.
may all be due to lead poisoning, but hey, that's a different study for a different time. It's very
They-
scary if you ever look
your
into
parents are
it.
probably very sick. Everyone listening, your
Hey, you want
parents
to
are
know the
probably
fight? You
very
want okay? You want everyone's a little bit of like real horror right now.
sick.
The Gen Alpha is probably the next. Like Gen X, we found out was just exposed to as much lead, if not more, than Boomers.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Gen Alpha, so that's gonna be fun in the future, like in the next decade or so.
Mhm.
Then,
Yes.
Gen Alpha is probably on the same level of lead as Gen X because of vapes.
Oh. Fuck, from secondhand vape or firsthand, or I guess
Firsthand
kids are
mostly.
vaping. Fucking kids. Fuck it.
Disposable vapes are fucking filled with lead.
Fuck.
It's crazy, dude.
Kids, I told you
They're
to not
unregulated.
smoke like me. I told you don't be like me. It's bad for
I
you.
said smoke with regular cigarettes because they make you look cool.
They do.
Joe
Now that's
Camel
true.
was my hero, and I always
And
wanted to be like him.
and
White shirt
kids,
and jacket and all.
This is in comparison to those of you who are using the vapes. You look like you're blowing robots. That's what everyone's thinking the whole time you're doing it.
Man, okay, yeah. Have I actually talked? Because me and my buddy like always talk about this, where it's like, at least cigarettes, you look kind of cool.
No, I genuinely,
Yeah.
I don't know that we've talked about this, but I
Yeah.
agree. I
Okay,
do
100%. Whereas, like, there's something about the vape that even looks more desperate, right? Because you always
because
see
it's
people
a
just kind of like hiding, just big
and
puff
the
of
vape
smoke.
is never something sleek that you can hold between
No,
your fingers. It is a
some of them
big
look like
remote.
condoms. Like, it's like those, or no, they look like those ice pops you would get that were like in plastic and you would have to break them in half. What are they called?
Yes,
I would get them all the time during summer. I visit my
otter
grandparents.
pops.
No. Otter pops are in the like sleeves. I'm talking about like the hard plastic, but it's a break point in the middle, and they're
Oh,
tubes.
okay.
You break.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they look like.
Yeah, man. They look gross. Anyway,
Anyway,
kids stop
fine.
vaping.
I would believe it if that monologue was that, but if there, unless he comes out and say, then I'll, that's hard to tell. Um,
Sure.
or I'm not gonna like go with that, but I
Mm,
believe it. Okay, just because we're running a little low on time here,
okay.
Ian, what is there any other problems or any other critiques of this movie or anything else you just want to
Um,
say?
anything
To the
else I want to say?
podcast.
I mean, I want to say this. Like so much. Well, I'll do one more positive and one more negative, and then
Okay.
maybe what we got out of it. One more positive. Uh, this director insisted on practical sets and effects for
Yeah,
this
I saw
movie.
that. It's really cool.
It's beautiful. It's fantastic. They built
Yeah,
miles of hallways and carpet,
yeah,
and the
it's gorgeous.
wallpaper. It's amazing.
Like
It's
I said, the
tremendous.
look of this movie is like killer. It's 10 on 10 to me.
And there's just so many sets that are absurd and bizarre, and
Yeah,
I think that they read better on screen for letting the actors engage with these
hundred
absurd
percent, dude. Yeah,
spaces. Beautiful. Um,
like it
now,
adds to the absurdity of it that a human has to interact with it. Like
yes,
like a
yes.
fucking fun house.
The death of our end apartheid buddy, I forget his name offhand, but
Bluesky.
it's a nightmare. It's
Good
literally
kill.
like a filmed nightmare. It's so
Yeah,
good. It's I think I may
good
have
kill.
well had a nightmare about like a hallway that goes down and then there's a pit of
Yeah.
shit and blood. It's
Well,
so
it's
good.
those like cave exploring videos you always see, and you're just
Yeah.
like, what am I? How am I supposed to empathize or sympathize with you?
Yeah.
When you make that choice, right? Like,
Yes. Yes.
oh man, cave
Um
diving is crazy to me.
uh
No, but yeah, the sets are great. The monsters look great. I'm sorry, you had another thing. Go ahead.
so this one is a little inside baseball about this movie,
Oh, okay.
but I think it's worth talking about a little bit here.
Yeah.
Um so A24 in the wake of this movie and greenlighting, I want to
Yeah.
say 2 or 3 movies for
Uh,
Kane Parsons to make with them. So he's got a few back rooms to go. We didn't mention the guy from Creep is in this, but he's a producer on it, and
yeah,
he's
I always
also
forget his name. Because he does so he's because he does usually comedic stuff too, but he's such a good horror actor.
he is.
Like he
He
really,
really
really
is.
is.
So,
Let me look up his name.
in the wake of that contract being signed with Kane, and he's got movies,
Mark
and I'm
Duplass. Sorry.
Mark Duplass.
Yeah.
What a hero! Yes, flowers to Mark, who
Mhm.
brings something great to the movie too. Um, anyway, A24 has made a deal with, I want to say, Palantir or OpenAI for
Yeah, I did see that. That came out recently too.
that they will exclusively, I don't know about exclusively, but they seem to be pushing all of their filmmakers to storyboard with AI
Yeah. Yeah.
going forward. And it's a bad move. I think it's a bad move.
I think it's bad
A24 is,
overall.
yeah,
Well,
I don't,
okay. Well, here's my thing, because fuck,
yeah.
because this feels like such a me opinion.
Mhm.
I mean, eventually, like A24 isn't this sacred cow to me, like it is to a lot of people. And to
Sure.
me, it's like it's just gonna grow as a business. It's gonna make business decisions, and to me, and this is like the one where I'm like, there it is. It's a big company that wants to
Yeah.
that's gonna make that kind of really fucked up thing that's very anti-artist, very, even I would argue, anti-consumer.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just like the rest of them. Like A24 is not different from others.
No, they are
They're
not
no longer swinging
morally above.
100 either. Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, they're not batting 1,000
Yeah,
anymore. They've got a lot of misses, and they're not going to be the moral paragon. They are a company. I agree. I
yeah,
agree.
100%. Also, I like the brother of like the owner of A24 is like some really fucked up center, but I totally
What?
forget who it is
Fuck.
right
Well,
now. It's
I mean,
something. It's something crazy and bad. But like,
yeah,
yeah, it sucks. It's bullshit. It really is.
yeah.
Makes me
It's
not look
shitty.
forward to that.
It's shitty, and I guess I just say that in the sense of, because I really didn't have anything else within the movie that
Yeah,
I wanted to critique. We said it about the writing is maybe one of its big blunders, but and
yeah,
not
and
just
that's
that
not
it's
even
bad.
that I'm saying it's bad. It's just
No,
it's a little weak.
it is a little underdeveloped.
Yeah,
Which he's 20.
yeah,
I'm grading on a curve. I'd still give him an A, man. Like, this is a really
100%.
good
I think
movie.
this is still one of my favorite movies of the year.
Oh, so I agree. I
Yeah,
agree wholeheartedly, guys. And
um,
please, we go out, spend your money on this. This is well worth it. I think
100%. Yeah, I
I think
want
the
to
people
like. Oh, good.
who touch it are going to make some great stuff in the future. Go ahead.
Yes, that's the thing I wanted to end on, but I kind of began it with that. Is that I don't want my critiques make coming like creating a sour note, right, for the
No.
movie. There, I just think like the reason I'm critiquing is because I really fucking like this movie. Like I like it a lot. I
Yeah.
like the feeling of it. I hope there's more horror movies that are like it because
Yeah.
it is something new and refreshing. Even though it's been around the internet for a while, for a long time,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
great to see it on like in like this kind of format and bigger. Um, and to not just like put something online and then put it on the big screen and be like, there you go, now it's better because it's on the silver screen. No,
Right.
it's utilizing that medium, right? Whereas Three
Mm-hmm.
Pixels was very much utilizing the medium of YouTube and like smaller
Mm-hmm.
videos of just you watching a screen in your room. And this is using the theaters, the theatrical like medium, just like to its not I don't know to its fullest, but like to really good extent.
Its strengths, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's a great like version. It stands as its own thing that can be separate from the online backrooms, while still giving
Mm-hmm.
people like kind of what they want and like different aspects of it. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is a great film. I think it's a great fucking first like debut feature.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
that I don't know, like, because I always think of like Kronos is my big one that I think of as like one of the best debuts.
Really good.
Next
Very good.
to what's it called? Sorry to Bother You, which is one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies of all time.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
no, this is great. This is great.
Yeah.
We kind of okay. So when we get into like falling action, like what we got of it, I've kind of already said my piece and everything.
Okay.
But on a more positive note, yeah, I this makes me want more, and I think that's like one of
Same.
the best things. What I got out of it is, man, I hope more movies are made like this
I
because I
agree.
really
I
enjoyed it.
agree.
Yeah,
I
I think
agree.
that kind of horror needs to exist in this like space.
Yeah.
As somebody who's
Yeah.
always been a big fan of internet horror. Sorry, go ahead.
My what I got out of it, I'll take it this
Yeah,
way. Besides agreeing with you, is I I genuinely think that we are on the cusp of a kind of a new, I guess, group, a class
yeah,
of artists that are on the way in to the pipeline. The younger generation is getting their hands on, the big production equipment, and I'm so happy about that. I'm genuinely really excited. There's
yeah,
there's been a lot of conflation of the director of Obsession and the director of the Backrooms and
mm,
Mark Fishbach, who did Iron Lung
yeah.
a few months back, just because they were visual artists who had gotten their start on YouTube and then broke into theatrically released
Oh man, no
horror
one's mentioning
properties.
the brothers from uh oh my god. Why am I fucking
They're not mentioning it, neither are we.
Yeah, neither are we. Oh fuck me, dude. The Australian brother team who made
Oh, dude, yes. The team who
Talk to Me.
create talk to me and bring her back.
Bring her back. Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie's so fucking good, dude.
I think that the more so it's not so much that it's YouTube that is doing this. It is just that YouTube is a convenient medium wherein artists who are passionate about this are getting their sea legs. They're developing a language. They're developing
Yeah.
style and taste potentially, and
Okay.
these folks are creme de la creme. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I want to be careful with that like line of thinking, just like in the
Mm-hmm.
sense of you YouTube as a stepping stone, right, to film. Whereas I
Mm-hmm.
think there's so many good things on YouTube that like really merit their own like look as these genuinely great pieces of art
Mm-hmm.
that aren't like reaching quote unquote reach. They're not trying to be like movies in theaters or like have theatrical releases. They're using their medium on YouTube, and I think in itself that's very valuable.
Oh, I
I
agree.
don't want to. Yeah, and I know that's not what you meant, but I want to be careful with like the wording of
Sure, sure.
this is the path people are gonna have to take. Like it's a path, right? If you
It's
want to go into theater.
it's a path, and I would say that it's maybe more accessible than just buying like a VHS tape
Yeah.
camera in 1990. Like, which when just to say, like when you and I were growing up, it would have just been a different set of steps, a different set of
Yeah.
a different area where we learned that stuff. It would have been on tape at home rather than in a medium where you can do that, but also share it with an audience and cultivate or not. Like that's the one tweak of it. It's not to say that YouTube is necessarily like going to be a farm where Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood. I'm sure will try and treat it
Yeah,
like
they said
one.
they're trying to do all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Um, but just to say that it is a good place for people to develop their skill if you are interested in that. But I
Yep.
wholeheartedly agree, Chris. There are people that we watch who like oh gosh, Alan Resnick.
Yeah.
Um, I don't
All the
know that
Lamp
he's
City crew.
aspiring. I don't know that he's aspiring to a Hollywood film career. You know,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able
he's
to.
doing something that is beautiful and special and
Yeah.
art,
Although he's
but it
fucking around
is.
with AI right now, and that's like.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Oh yeah, he's been doing that for like the past year or so, and or like past 2 years. And granted, he's trying to go with an ethical approach because he's trying to use all his own art for it, and the
Uh-huh.
purpose is to create like weird stuff. But I'm still
Right.
like, you're still using it though. You know,
And
like
also, dude, you made a whole thing ripping on it too. Like, right?
yeah, it's weird. I don't know. And then Brian O'Malley's trying to has like used or like because they're friends. Alan Resnick has put his stuff in Brian O'Malley's stuff, and I'm like, don't do that to Brian O'Malley. He's so good. Like, don't.
Jeez. I had no idea. Huh.
It's weird. It's weird. It's weird, and
Mm,
I don't know all the details, but it's he is using it. So, but I
okay.
get, but
Well,
yeah, back to your point. There's great stuff on the internet. Like Petscop, I think is like a phenomenal series. I
mhm.
can go list like Local 58,
Marble Hornets. Check. Oh,
Marble Hornets
you know what?
Classic. Even though I'm more of an everyman hybrid guy,
Sure.
for anyone else. And then, um, yeah, there's just oh god, what's the thing I'm exploring right now? Pendog Library or Library Archives. Pendog
Mm,
Creative. Fuck, dude, I don't fucking know. Pendog. I gotta look it up right now. It's an ARG through a website.
okay.
This could be part of our recommendations. Uh,
Definitely.
I think it's just called Pendog Creative Library. Yo,
Panda
just go
creative.
explore that. It's
Okay.
like one of my favorite things right now. I wish I had more time in my life that I can just get
To get
lost
into
in
it.
this website. Because every time I
Nice.
do, I fucking love it. It reminds me so much of being like finding weird shit on the internet back in
Mm.
the early days. That'll be
Magical
my
times.
recommendation. Uh, so
Okay.
we can get into that. Ian, what would you recommend after everything?
After everything, guys, go watch something that's kind of like a mood piece. I
Yeah.
think would be a good recommendation. So, dang, off the top of my head, something that kind of captures a similar. Oh, you know what? I don't think we've talked about this on the pod ever. Watch the first Phantasm.
Oh yeah, go
Um,
do that. That's good.
it's
Really good.
it's like watching someone have a very bad dream. Uh, like it's edited in such a way that really keeps you off balance. There's lots of
Yes.
long,
Dario
lingering
Argento is
shots.
great.
Oof. It's a spook time, guys. Go check out
Spooky.
if you haven't heard of it. Phantasm is I think it was an independently financed movie in the 70s, and
Yeah,
it
I
was
believe so.
so fun, you guys. It's got a lot of that. It also has a lot of that. There's a mythos that
Yeah,
no one is interested in explaining to you. Just
it's great.
like
It's great.
horrifying things happen, and you don't know why or how. It just does. Uh, so yeah, Phantasm. Check it out.
Oh yeah. All right.
Uh,
That'll be it. That'll be it. I had a closing question
yes.
for. I was trying to remember, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't.
Sure.
So I'm gonna just go with the
Ah.
cheaper. Ian, what you're in the back rooms? What do you do?
I don't. I mean, is killing myself going to be better than being crushed by something or eaten by? Like, I feel
That's
like
up. That's for you to decide.
fuck.
Or can you
Uh,
survive?
what are my odds? What are your odds at surviving the back rooms?
What are
I'll
my
turn it on
odds?
you. Yeah. What are
Fuck,
your odds?
dude. I don't know. I'm not very like flexible. Like if there's like tight spaces and all that, that's gonna be bad.
The
Um,
idea of like running for like more than 10 minutes at a time sounds
yeah,
fucking fuck
I would
that.
bring a
Oh my.
gun to the back rooms because then I would be and then I would make myself king. No,
I
I
would
don't know.
become king of the
Become
cannibals.
king. I would start a fire. And we'll go from there.
Ooh,
What
you play D&D the way I play D&D. What if I burn this building down?
if we
What
do?
if
What happens? What? Okay, if I had to think of like, there's the door and I can get out,
Mhm,
right?
right.
I would totally start a fire and then get out of the door and see what happens.
What if that my so I like that idea
Yeah.
in the circumstance that I don't know where the door is, like I
Uh
can't get out. I would start the fire. If I had the Clark thing, my mind would immediately go to, if this is attached to everything, would
uh
this burn the whole world down? Would I just have
Can a fire?
incinerated?
So you know what? I would do that. I would burn a little thing. Okay, here's
Yeah.
what you do. Here's what you do.
Yes.
You
Yes.
create a line of like burnables, maybe like black powders, like something, so maybe some fucking formaldehyde fertilizer.
Mm, mhm,
And you
mhm,
create a line. It goes through the door. First of all, can you see if that line goes through the door? Right? Because
mhm.
materials can come out. If
Yeah.
you light one end of the fire, will it go through the door? Right?
I mean, the
And that will
fly
tell
can
me
get
everything.
through. I think that would be interesting. That would be
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm
Hmm,
pretty sure it could, but it's a
I
small
think so.
door. Yeah. You know what I think it would actually be like?
Hmm.
It would be like, unless this has one of those weird spiritual connections, and like if I die over there, I die over here. But I don't think that's true either. But
Right.
because the monster eats him, and that's obviously
And
an
the
iteration of
monster's
him.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that's an iteration of an image of him.
Yes.
Which is why I think it's fine. It's like burning a photo.
Yeah.
Uh, it would be that it would be that mine that they set on fire that's burning forever, or like they'll never know when it'll go out.
Oh,
I
in
forget what it's called, but there's a famous mine that like something went awry, an explosion happened, and it set the mine on fire, like all
and
this coal.
it's been burning for like 150 years,
Yeah, something
and
crazy.
it was an inspiration for Silent Hill, right?
Yeah,
Like the
I think so.
ghost
It's something
town
like
full of
that.
smoke. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think it would be like that. I think it would be like that mine.
It's the Silent Hill tie-in, guys. That's what it
Yeah.
ends with. Oh my. Oh, okay. Okay. I'd watch
All right.
that. All right.
That's a good. Yeah, we did it. We ended it. I solved the backrooms problem.
We
If it
did
has to go, it
we
has to
did
go.
you a Tommy Westfall, guys. You're
Yeah.
welcome. We connected the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, people are gonna want to solve the thing and all that, but no, some things
Yeah,
aren't shouldn't be allowed in this world.
that's right.
That's where I'm at.
That's right.
No, all right. Good night. It's gone off.
Good night.
Bye.